broken soul to you. Sweet LA, why do you hurt me like you do? I keep running and rushing to catch a clue to the mystery of your dark heart. I could never have known from the signs I was shown that the game was rigged from the start. Sweet LA, all of these trials you put me through. Sweet LA, why do you hurt me like you do? Underneath all the glamour and flashing lights, there are shadows nobody sees. In the dim of your dusk, you're a cold-blooded husk spreading poison into the breeze. Sweet LA, why do you hurt me like you do? Why do you hurt me like you do? Open the oldest wounds, these memories haunt me. Your secrets and crooked smiles, they torment and taunt me. I long for atonement arms, carry me back, but the reel keeps on spinning loose and the screen is fading to black. Sweet LA, I gave my broken soul to you. Sweet LA, why do you hurt me like you do? Why do you hurt me like you do? Like you do.
Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to game number 1 between Can't Connect Stuns and Team Rainbow Strike Go. We got a couple of bands to go over before we actually get into the live cast. We do go ahead and have Team Rainbow Strike Go did win the coin flip, and astoundingly, surprisingly, confusingly, they went with map pick rather than first pick. Not to say map pick is a ban. I do think that map pick does not get the respect it deserves. I just do think first pick is the better choice right now. But you know what? Team Rainbow Strike Go has a plan, and we're going to see where they go with it. They do go ahead and ban out Cursed Hollow and They ban out Battlefield of Eternity and Alterac, hating the maps at the beginning of the alphabet. Can't Connect Stuns in rebuttal does get rid of Cursed Hollow and Volskaya. And we are going to be going into Sky Temple next to Tomb of the Spider Queen, but not actually Tomb of the Spider Queen. So this is a map that is kind of famous for being able to win without fighting your opponents. Very, very often there are multiple places, and it looks like we're going into the game right now. So here we go. Boom. My name is Raka. I'm glad that all of you are here. Welcome. Come with me. We got stuff to talk about. We got stuff to go over. We got stuff to see. Excuse me while I'm yawning your faces. It has been exhausting lately. So we do go ahead and have first ban coming out in favor of Can't Connect Stuns. That's what happens when you pick your pack pick. Your opponents get first pick, and they're going to get rid of Stukov. No monsters will be shown today because Stukov is not on the battlefield. I still think that heroes need to have like a voice line they play whenever they get banned. Oh, nuts! I would love that. I would have like so much fun with that. Also, check out my lovely co-caster back here. Second ban after Stukov is going to be KT. Not a bad ban. Was this the map they actually had to change KT? Like, I know that one of his skins was banned because it's very, very, very difficult to see his flame circles on it. Oh, interesting. Not banning out Joe at all. Joe actually gets through and potentially sees play. I say potentially because I don't know, but at the same time, like, I would be surprised. Well, hi, co-caster. Can you look up? Up?
Let's fly for the alliance above all.
In the rear with the cat. Up here. We do go and have TSRG Silver takes the global very, very early on. But surprisingly, even though it's available, they don't take Brightwing for second global. So they're going to go into Raka and Wolf getting on the Wolfman. That is my big surprise face. What you doing, kitty? You're taking it. You're getting off of here. That's what you're doing. Ask a question, but then I told him the answer. So we do go ahead and have the tank and the healer offlane, maybe, or just a second DPS they're afraid of. They do get rid of the offlane. They do go ahead and take D.Va away. D.Va behave. That's what they say when we're together. Or higher pitched. D.Va behave. That's what they say when we're together. I've been working a little bit on being able to sing better. I forget sometimes, but it's okay. Interesting ban on the Maiev, not what I was expecting. We still need a tank and an offlane out of the side of Team Rainbow Strike. Go! I have to remember to say that every time. Team Rainbow Strike, go! Makes me think of like a action Power Ranger thing. Interesting. Are we going to have a Leo main tank? Because they still have not taken a tank. I feel like they might. I feel like they may. I feel like that would put their opponents to disarray.
This realm needs me.
This realm needs me. That's always the problem because you're like, okay, who am I laning against? I don't know. Because you could have a 4-man Malthael as well and still have a tank on the side. Oh, looks like I forgot to finish the prediction. I'm super good. Good grief! You know what? This draft needs more bruisers. But I'll get in the game real quick. Johanna versus, like, the Temple of Bruisers. Let's go. But we'll get in the game. I'll get your gambling up, and I will see you in the Nexus. All right, coming in on the blue side of the battlefield, or the cyan if you want to be technical, we do have the Centurions of Calamity. Can't connect stuns. Mainsky is going to be playing the Zul. LXT Rex is going to be playing Johanna. Eric is going to be on Li Ming. Wolf coming in on Wolfman Greymane. And Slick Rub already doing a B-step around is going to be the Rhaegar. On the orange side of the battlefield, representing Team Rainbow Strike Go, we have the Totalitarians of Tyranny. Salim is going to be playing the Leoric. We do have Robert on the Ragnaros. Panda is going to be running across from Anduin. Kingle is going to be playing Malthael, and Silver playing that there Falstad. Can't go baddie without Falstaddy. They're just running right in. They're like, you know what? I hate this tower in particular. And they are going to take it back, get some extra experience. Slick Rub, very, very, very low. Oh, if Falstad had Fly, he could definitely come in and kill that off. But not going to happen. Nothing doing, nothing seeing, nothing happening. But they are actually losing experience in the bottom lane. They came up here to get that early experience advantage, but it's not going to help them much if they don't get that bottom lane so. Looking at our level 1 talents, we do go ahead and get Dishonorable Discharge coming out of Falstad at level 1. No other questing talents seen on the board. We do get Death's Reach, Consuming Vitality. A lot of damage going on to T-Rex. T-Rex has a lot of health, but that is an Angel of Death. Will go in and get out of here. Does not look like the T-Rex is going to go down. But yep, go ahead to Harvest Safety Home. Will not be here for a little bit. Meanwhile, we do go and have camps being picked up by Slick Rub and Wolf. Greymane very, very good at that. Malthael and Panda is going to go ahead and move to the other side. Going to handle what they can. I'm figuring out how to talk, and you know what? It's okay. I'm not required to talk. I'm just required to make noises that sound like words. As long as the noises make sense, we are okay. Up to 2 stacks of Dishonorable Discharge. Good job keeping Silver from being able to stack that up. Alright, we do go and have the Merc camp being taken up top. Robert goes ahead and uses the get away from me button as they go into an area where their opponents get access. Might be a little bit of a whoopsie. I'm moving out there going to... It's one of those things where you're like, oh good, you can fight under the safety of your towers, except your towers are both dead. So maybe not as good as I was saying. Maybe I'm just being a big old liar face. Celine takes a lot of damage to get out into the front. Gets pulled out by Anduin. Anduin's pullout game is strong. That's why there is no... The son of Varian does not have a grandson, just a son. Yeah, I said it. A lot of damage down here. Mainsky is having to go ahead and go back. Oh, look at that little spin. I see you, Mainsky. Looking all cool with the pants and the flips. I don't know. Both teams are level 6 right now. We do have towers coming up. Shrines are going to be taken in the middle. It's going to be taken by Team Rainbow Strike Go. Up top, also by Team Rainbow Strike Go for a second. But here comes T-Rex being like, you should reconsider that course of action. Kaikanex Suns is here to occupy this and turn it blue. Falstad not coming up here. We do have trade outs happening. They are going to go ahead and pace away. And then he walked away. They are actually being slowed down enough. There may be a possibility of engage here. Because that's done now. If they ran up there, they could get there maybe right there. But they're not moving hard. Because that will take this out 1,000%. I'm stronger than they believed. Hey, they said you. They didn't specify which you, so it gets to be me. Oh, there's T-Rex. T-Rex was a little bit adventurous. There is first blood going to the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. And T-Rex went down here and be like, I can take this. It wasn't even like a face check. I mean, like he could see them there and then he was like, oh crap. However, we do have Ragros taken in the counter kill. So roughly even experience in terms of kills so far. We do go in and get TRSG Silver. Moves through, goes in and gets a lot of Bam Bam Bams. Wham Bam, you die now. Oh yeah, here's a big rotation in. Here comes can't connect stuns. Look, and that is the thing. Notice that they don't actually have any stuns on their team. They're like, we know our weaknesses. We know what we can't do. There is a entomb, but onto the target you least want in the entomb. Oh, we do have a lava wave moving across the top of the map right now. Zul gonna get out of the way, but the minions not so much. A lot of damage going through. They do not have a entomb yet. However, they do have a last rites. And last rites happen. Red Wolf in a lot of trouble. We do have a double kill coming onto the side of Can't Connect Stuns as both Li Ming and Greymane get an all expenses paid trip back to the Nexus. To the Hall of Storms, I guess I should say. I like this move in. I mean, obviously get the temple, but while you're getting the temple, get some extra damage, save as many shots as you can. They may be able to get both this and mid. And yes, they indeed can. Yeah, Mainski, that's a good way for you to learn the other side of necromancy. There's the Slicker moving a little, but this is a nice bait. It looks like the rest of the team moved back, but they're being a little indecisive about actually going in to help. And no, Slicker just gives another stack to Malfield. Oh, they're going up to 2 stacks of last rites. Here comes another nice lava wave. Mainski barely gets out of the way. A lot of free experience coming in, and here comes Robert. Robert is put into a bone prison. There's Kingle, and here's everybody. And big rotation coming up. One of those things where it was like, man, why didn't you tell me they were coming? And the rest of the team was like, we died? Like, what do you want from us? We weren't freaking there. Here comes a lot of damage coming through. We do have just big old cannons blasting into this boss. We'll get it with no issue. We still have... Okay, that's sort of cleaned up very easily. Silver did not really need to come over here. Came over here to watch it die. No, okay, we do have a Blessed Shield. This is a hard engage coming through. Salim did do a great job when it used the walk, but didn't actually get out of there. So that is a kill for Can't Connect Stuns as they come in and invade their opponent's camp. These giants would look way cooler if they were wearing blue. And like on Dragonshire, on Sky Temple, if you take this, it just gets so much free push. Although I do think this, these guys will notice them, unlike on Dragonshire. No, I'm wrong. So we do go ahead and have T-Rex down here going controlling this, taking down this mid fort. However, the middle is being lasered by this middle keep. Selim does move in, or there is the fight here. Although without T-Rex, I'm not sure this is a good fight for them to be in. Malthael is not with them, but neither is Zul. Big rotation coming up here to Malthael. Malthael trying to get out of there, but it actually will get out. I thought they were going to be able to like flank him. My fire be purged. We do have another lava wave. I always show these because I just think it's beautiful looking. Can't show it now though. So we have a big. There is a entomb that comes down. T-Rex in the middle of a lot of damage, but it's actually Malthael that goes down first. However, last rites do come down and secure the kill to T-Rex. Looks like Selim is the next one to go down. It is 2 kills in favor of Counterpick Stupid. There is the pullout by Anduin. Wolf looking for this. Wolf going through, but does get chastised by Anduin. Trying to hurt people is bad. Here's a chastise for you. If you can't tell, I don't have a lot of respect for Anduin as a person, not as a hero. I realize that probably doesn't make a lot of sense, and you guys are like, what the hell is Rocket talking about? Here's Selim back on the battlefield. As Malthael also resurrects. So both teams kind of biding their time, waiting to see what they can move into each other with. I am a bit surprised to see that you've got Johanna with the shield. Right now, shield and Wave of Force, the only two things that are up. This is not an engagement they should want. Definitely not something they'll have a... Oh, that was a bit of a bad light bomb delivery system. T-Rex coming in, trying to keep this alive. There's the last rites, but will not quite get the kill. Still sitting at 3 stacks of last rites. Alright, we do have a retreat coming. I'm a bit surprised that Can't Connect Stunts is fighting for this top point, when the middle one will get a fort, or a keep, or a fort keep, or a fort keep fort, or a keepsake. I like wordplay.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Kind of interesting, like this is exactly what they want. They're like, sure, we'll trade out, no problem. Oh my goodness, like Stunts just wants a fight. They're just like, we don't care about the temples, we just want to beat you up. Here's Anduin, goes ahead and falls back. And once again, it's just the battle of we want to fight versus we want to avoid you and take temples. We talked about how that was a viable strategy on this map. However, the Can't Connect Stunts is actually connected with 2 hits. They're moving down towards Falstad right now. I almost feel like there should be a heist movie where you're just going from like safe house to safe house, trying to keep ahead of enemy forces. I realized I said heist movie, and then I kind of turned it into like a war movie. We are 8 seconds away from Ragnaros. They have done a good job trying to get experience. It does look like level 20 will be online for Team Rainbow Strike Go before it will be for Can't Connect Stuns. They're gonna have to do something about bottom lane. Faux show, faux show. We have Lava Wave available. I would use Lava Wave here. Oh, they were saving for the double lava wave. I see, I see. And with that level 20, that does trigger the retreat. Aww. I was having fun watching the lava wave. But we are here. While we're here, let's go ahead and look at some of these talents that have been picked up. We do go and get Death's Reach. Die Alone. That's very, very common. Massacre. So I like that. That one works very, very well into Mortality. Although Last Right's interesting, not usually a talent I see that goes with it. Inevitable End. And then No One Can Stop. Okay, cool, cool, cool. We do get Burning Despair. Interesting. Not Silencing Entomb. Does make sense if he is basically the tank of his team. Wind Tunnel, Inner Fire, and Lava Surge. On the other side, we do go ahead and get most of a totem build, not all of it. Looking at our damage, we do go ahead and actually Slick Rub slightly winning the Healing War, 40,000 versus 38,000. Very even game between these two teams, 1,000%. We do go ahead and get Eric leading the damage race with 37,000, but Malthael right there with him with 36,000. And then a lot of people doing like half of their damage. These two were just dueling like in the wings, in the wild winds above the battlefield, and then everyone else is just not on their level. It makes sense to me. In terms of Soak, actually Zul almost matching Rag with a Lava Wave Rag almost being matched is astounding. Soup's impressed. Alright, let's go back to the game. Wait, all good 1 second. Choose your words more carefully, carefully, carefully. Choose your words more carefully, or the game will be unpaused. When I hear all good, I think that means, okay, we're good to go. Apparently, T-Rex meant all good as in, don't worry about lagging, it's not your fault. And I just give myself flashbacks to Good Will Hunting. That is a damn good movie. It's not your fault. Na, 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 na. I've got a song stuck in my head now. Please help. Here we go. I was about to type Z's in the chat. They couldn't even seen it, but I was about to do it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's another poor wave of minions. Oh. It does spawn just in time to die. And of course, if anyone doesn't know, because it was killed by a hero's ability, they do get the experience for that. Normally, you have to be close enough to get something, but not when it's killed by your ability. Alright, very, very, very bold to try and get that point, but the thing is that, you know, you had unstoppable T-Rex or in there, but that wind tunnel was keeping everyone else from engaging. Wolf is caught inside this, does get the Ancestral Healing, gets the second Ancestral Healing. They're trying not to lose their Wolfman, but Wolfman Jack does go down. The bird kills the wolf, chicken takes out wolves. I don't know how that makes sense, but you know what, it did. Main ski in the back line, but does not quite get a kill. Never mind, Shut My Mouth does actually take out Leoric. Death for Death. The Necromancer kills the skeleton. Her boss is up, and there are 3 people down the side of Can't Connect Stuns. This may be the end of the game. We may have Team Rainbow Strike Go just marching on. The Saints come marching one by one. Hurrah! Hurrah! The boss comes punching one by one. Slick Rub goes in there, says, I have no fear. Oh, Oh, Ling does kill off. Oh my gosh, got caught in the wind stew. That's kind of hilarious. There's a kill on Mothfield as well. Are they going to actually keep this at bay? They do get this at well. The boss is down. 14%, 8%, 5%, 2%. And no, they cannot actually kill the boss on Leoric. And game number 1 does indeed go the way of Team Rainbow Strike Go. So it does look like 100% of the bets did go in favor of CanConnect Stuns. So here's what happens when that happens. If no one bets on the opposing team, then the CCS players had nothing to win. Even if they had actually won the bet, they would have just gotten their money back. So I'm going to intentionally resolve the bet the wrong way and actually give the points back to CanConnect Stuns. In the meantime, however, I'm going to go and go back into In Between. I will see you for game number 2 momentarily.
From the ashes, lost enigmas in the dust. I cannot remember, though they tell me that I must. Sky is torn asunder, fear that breaks the brave will not drag me under, climb out of the grave. Make a sign or faults divine, this mark of worth I wear. Hard and are these faithful skies. stand side by side. We won't come undone, for the hands that will carry us home are touched by fate. Hold on to what you strive for. Hold on to what you fight for. Get up and fight. Break. Through the fatal leafy shade of scorching desert sands, lift the people from their pain, unite and take a stand. Reach into the future, reach into the fade. Stop out the abuser, stop that bloody blade. Make us breath or wind of death, it matters not to me. Be it one or none of synergy. Stand side by side, carry on as
Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to game number 2. What happened to my hair? I know I was leaning back for a second, but Jeebus? I have standards. So we do go and have the Junkrat being banned out first and foremost. And then we do have CCS. CCS does not have first pick this time around, which is interesting because like this must be the new map pick meta because they definitely lost and picked map pick, taking us to Infernal Shrines. So they're going to get rid of Johanna. They do not want their opponents to have that. Same Junkrat and Lucio bans coming out of Team Rainbow Strike Go. We'll have to see. Like obviously, when you win, you don't necessarily need to change your ban strategy. I'm still getting rid of Stukov. Who was the other one that was banned last time? Trying to remember and also trying to let myself breathe. I've heard breathing is good. Oh yeah, it was Kel'Thas. Thank you for the reminder, Silver.
All shall suffer.
Means he does go ahead and lock in that Leoric very, very early. I do definitely think that they threw them for a bit of a loop with that triple bruiser strategy in the last one. And then Eric does go ahead and get on to the Falstad. Too fast, too furious. Wait, that's Eric? Not Eric? My bad. So it's like the global first and foremost. Brightwing is still up, but no, they're going to go ahead and start with Deckard. Interesting strategy. And then Kingle is going to go ahead and be like, I want Malthael. Apparently, just like Diablo is all the rage right now. We've got 5 heroes picked so far. 3 of them are for the Diablo universe. Of our bans, we still have 1 for Diablo. Look, granted, that's like, you know, 1 per 4 is about what you expect when there's 4 worlds. That's less relevant. Won't someone think of the science? We do go ahead and get the May band out. You'll have to forgive me, I'm like sitting over just rubbing my leg, just randomly. And then we do have the ETC. Interesting that they're, after a triple bruiser comp, they still are afraid of an ETC. Even though we've already seen that, or sorry, other way. Who had the triple bruiser? No. It was Team Rainbow Strike Go.
Ready for action.
There is the Brightwing. In the like most ugly Brightwing skin. I hate that skin. And then T-Rex does get on the Mirrodin. I do lean in Light Blaze. Thank you for asking. So again, a triple bruiser. Now, granted, Blaze is a little bit more often used as a tank, so that's not as surprising. Yeah, it just seems like Team Rainbow Go has just been like, you know what, tanks are boring. Everyone runs tanks. We hate them.
Hell, it's about damn time.
All right, we do have Wolf coming in with Tychus. Definitely seems like I see a lot of bruisers. I'm going to do a lot of bullets, and they're going to do a lot of ow. That is the thing when you get Leoric and Tychus into a bruiser-heavy comp. It does feel like CCS should have the advantage, but you know what? Time will tell. Sooner or later. Time will tell. See in game, guys? 1 second. Beep. All right, here we are in game number 2. Representing the Cyan side of the battlefield, we do go and have Can't Connect stuns. The Soldiers of Slaughter. We do go and have Wolf coming out with the Tychus. Mainsky is going to be on the Leoric. Slickrub playing Brightwing. Eric doing his little bee steppers, playing the Falstad. And then LXT Rex is going to be playing Muradin. On the orange side of the battlefield, representing Team Rainbow Strike Go, the Regency of Rebellion. There we go. Had to think of it for a second. We do go in and get Kingle playing the Malthael. Silver is going to be on the Kael'thas. We do have Panda coming out on the Old Man Deckard Cain. We do go in and get Robert playing a Ragnaros. And Celine is going to be on the Blaze. Oh, that's a dead Malthael. But they do get the trade-out kill for the Tychus. Kind of want to watch that again. I kind of missed what happened, to be completely honest. Rebellion. There we go. So if we go and leave it for a second. We do go in and get Kingle playing the Malthael. Silver is going to be on the Kael'thas. We do have Panda coming out on the Old Man Deckard Cain. We do go in and get Robert playing a Ragnaros. And Celine is going to be on the Blaze. Oh, that's a dead Malthael. I need to change that so the game sounds like... I end up talking over it, but then if I cast the game sounds like that's what I was talking at the time. But, oh well, that might be better. Falstad being aggressed a little bit. It does look like Kingle is leaving the area. Both teams go in and start moving in for their shaman or their Impaler camps. These guys are known as Khazra, by the way. At one point, recently I had a co-caster that did not know that. So I'm just like, yeah, these are Khazra. They're the little goat boys. Now, are we going to actually see a engagement down here? That is the question. There's going to be an attempted one. CCS is not interested in leading this point. There's a big move in by Blaze. Massive fight going on. Wolf is getting pulverized right now. Is kind of in the front, which is not where he wants to be. Celine looking very low. LXT does have to dwarf off out, and it does look like that Team Rainbow Strike Go are going to carry the point and carry the day. Looking at talents, we do have new habits coming out of the Blaze, as well as Mana Addict on that Kael'thas. Gathering Storm is on the Falstad. Alright, Shrine is up. It does look like it's going to be a Frozen Shrine to start us off. That is the most desirable one to push with. But neither team... Oh, it's not active yet. That would be why. I'm like, neither team really activating it just yet. And I looked, I'm like, because they can't? Does look like we've got Team Rainbow Strike Go moving here immediately, already up to 25% done. At least T-Rex is scouting this out from the bushes. Does know exactly where people are and what they're running into. No real attempt. They're more interested in trying to get 7s, it looks like. They're leaving Falstad up top to try and secure that for them. But that does mean they just completely do not contest the Frozen Punisher. And Frozen Punisher, as mentioned, is the best one to push with, especially early game. Late game, it starts to turn into Mortar because Mortar just does so much damage to structures. So I'm going to go ahead and get... Both teams do get level 7s at this point. Celine getting collapsed upon. Let's go ahead and try and move back. Fairly healthy at the moment. There is the Decker Dorito comes out, kind of moves people away. Main Ski is a little bit far in front, but it does look like a full disengage from both teams at the moment.
Heroes slain.
Oh, Tygus does take out the Blaze while I'm not looking. Were they actually trying to get this camp? Definitely cannot go back because it only shows me what I saw and I was not looking. It does look like we've got CCS invading the opponent's camp. Since Blaze is down for a bit, Ragnaros cannot move quickly. And we have another pause, so I'll go ahead and move over here. Keep people from seeing what's going on. I'll move to a non-script area of map where you can't actually see anyone. Don't want to reveal where people are, so now we're not doing that. We're being a good person. Part of me loves the idea of just like typing stuff in chat the whole time. And just like whenever people come back for the VOD, they're just like, oh my gosh, all this is going on. But I get very, very easily amused, so. Wow, Robe. That's interesting. I didn't know Wolf was from Kansas. I'm actually originally from Oklahoma. I grew up in Tulsa, which means we had a lot of tornadoes. All right, so we're just about ready to go back into the game. Wrong button! Alright, so we do have this picked up. Main skill was a pair of free tower shots. Trying to go in on this Kael'thas for sure. Okay, guys, don't overcommit. They didn't take convection. You don't have to kill them. So we do go ahead and have CCS kind of in a dominant position right now. Has knocked their opponents back. Has not actually gotten that many more kills. But just their map presence has been very, very on top of things. All right, big engage. There's going to be a free 5v5 person coming in here. They are looking for a way in. There is a root coming out of Slick Rod. Slick Rod has to run back very quickly. Here comes the lava wave. Oh, Slick Rob! Does manage to get out there. Big old blast coming out of the Odin. Was summoned, but then not really able to use the siege quite the way they wanted to.
Power gathers within the shrine. It will be made to serve us.
Servos? Shredded. 1 second. When I get back on camera, I will definitely show off my amazing and talented boots. Right now, it does look like we've got it going ahead and... I got distracted. I apologize. Getting the camp being picked up right here. Does look like we have TSRG moving back into this area. Going to try and get this done. Lot of damage coming through. Good stun by the Blaze. Does go ahead and knock everyone back. But speaking of knocking everyone back, there came a wind tunnel. Twinkle in a lot of trouble. LCRX is jumping in there. There is the last rice that is red. And we do have the dwarf going down. The dwarf is down. The dwarf is down. Alright, it does look like the Arcane Punisher is coming out in favor of Team Rainbow Strike Go for sure. Ah. And here comes the Arcane Punisher.
Summoned an arcane punisher.
Gonna move here. This is now the second Punisher in a row that has been lost by can't connect stuns. Not really the opening you want. Thankfully, their opponents can't really rush in just yet. There comes the Phoenix down. Phoenix is engaged. There's the jump happening on LST Rex. Big triple person root coming from the Decker Dorito. We do go in and everyone just moving in. Wolf is just pounding with the Odin. Just going to get that, but there goes the second fort of the game. Also going against the assault of Team Rainbow Strike Go. Malthael down here very quickly, very smartly, very intelligently. Gonna get this Khazra Impaler camp. Get the goat boys. Oh, I'm leaving exactly what I don't want to be. There's a polymorph coming down. Stay while and listen, but LX T-Rex does manage to go ahead and get knocked out of it. A little bit of a waste all for the Decker. Tingle goes in. He wants blood. He wants this. He wants more stacks on last rights. He's only got one. He's like, I am ready for dwarf blood. Might be a little bit of an overcommitment though. Nope, there's everyone else. The Grub does go ahead and blink heal to safety. Does not get taken out by that, and it does look like the Khazra Impaler camp that traditionally belongs to CCS 1 or 2 is going to be taken by Team Rainbow Strike Go. Do go ahead and get another nice push in. Wolf tries to move out, but does not have the rest of the team with them. However, if they do push out, this would be a good time to do it. They do actually have Rag and Kael'thas not here. The Fire Twins are not currently available. Oh my goodness. That was almost that Entomb may have actually saved Kingle. Because I do feel like he was down to about 200 health, but then that came down and kind of just zoned for them. T-Rex, your team is not here. Nice gust coming out of Eric in order to try and make sure nothing bad happens. A little bit of a fight between the mages down at the bottom. T-Rex comes through. Is trying to rush in here. A lot of damage onto Silver. Silver's not here. Great sail while listening coming from Panda. Goes ahead and just completely shuts that down. And we do have the Spectre of Death. Does take out the undead guy.
Another shrine ready soon.
It's going to be Mortar, I'm sure. Yep. Look at me. Pattern recognition. We do have a 2-level lead and a talent tier advantage right now for Team Rainbow Strike Go. This is a bad situation to be in if you are a fan of CCS2. They do go in and get a couple of them, but they do fall back. They realize they don't have that talent tier, so they really, really can't fight, especially not with Falstad up trying to get them experience. But that's a long way to 16. I think they just have to give this up. I think they just have to prepare to defend it. So they are moving back and forth. Salim goes ahead and just, like, shoots fire. Did he take... He did not take Incinerator Gauntlets. So a little bit of a slower clear for this. They are already up to 35. And Falstad does get a fort with this push. 16 is obtained right as the Punisher hits the field. Here's Bill Stompy Boy. Da-dum. Da-dum. Alright, here we gotta move up to the top. There is Unstoppable. We do have Wolf using the Odin nearly immediately. Stun comes out onto T-Rex, followed by a second stun on T-Rex. Dwarf Hop does get him to safety, but the Punisher the wall is down. We are on fort right now, and it does look like the team of Rainbow Strike Go is moving forward. I keep thinking of Teen Titans Go to the movies, and I don't know why. Oh, there is Silver. Stuns coming out everywhere. Oh my gosh. I did not realize that if you like canceled it, he went, stay a while. Ah! That was amazing. That was the best around. They're engaging even though they shouldn't. They were definitely saying, are you going to come around this bend? Like, we will fight you. We were up 2 levels at the time. They're only up 1 level now. There's another last right. Up to 3 stacks at this point, which is not really where you want to be at level 18. But still, you get Murden out of the fight. Murden does not have a good defense against that. We do have the final fort. Actually, they were actually starting to have some catapults who come up against them. But now they're just running through, taking up everything. Taking away all of their opponent's Cheerios. Exactly what you're looking for. A lot of damage coming through. We do have Eric behind the wall, flinging those storm bolts. Does go and get out of that fire, that fire circle. Hi. What is it called? Flame strike? Flame strike? How do I not know what that... Yes? I guess his most famous ability. I'm just like, derp. What is the name? Line, please. Down to 200 health. They cannot leave that stand. What? That was a nice attempt. They were trying to catch them right here as the lava wave is coming down this way. They're like basically cut off their route of escape. But now they're just going to move down here and say, okay, we'll take this now. Well, not really. The core hasn't been hit yet, but good job. I do have to wonder what causes that voice line to come up. The core is under attack because it has literally not been hit yet. You can tell because there's no core health thing up there. That doesn't show up until core actually takes damage. So we will have an arcane shrine coming up in the middle. T-Rex is once again hiding in the bushes. I feel like that's such a dwarf thing to do. But yeah, they are down 20s. We do go and have No One Can Stop Death, Lava Surge, Respect the Elderly, Fortified Bunker, and Flamethrower. Coming out as the level 20s on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. Good discipline coming out of CCS. They're just like, we can't fight them yet. We need 20. And they are almost there, but the Arcane Punisher is on the field.
Red team has summoned an arcane punisher.
So we'll have to see where we go, what we see. T-Rex is moving forward. They are looking at this. The leap is going to be critical. Good. I'm like, get behind that wall because they will follow that leap like nobody's business. Here's a lot of damage coming through. We do have the wall just immediately getting shredded. Not quite level 20. They cannot fight. They cannot fight, but they need to fight, but they cannot fight. A lot of big open. Oh, great job where they like moved back into the lava wave. That was a sneaky lava wave. Level 20 is online for CCS2. Nice heal comes in and saves T-Rex's life. There is the stun coming out. Huge damage onto Leoric. Robert is occupying their base quite literally. We are down to 74%. T-Rex is down. Nothing to save him that time. And the Maulfield does go and get that. There is a wind tunnel coming through. Just go ahead and move people for a long time. But does not end up mattering. We do go ahead and get the Bright Wing taken out as well. Main speed very low. Wolf and Eric trying to stay away. He's trying to stay alive. Nope. Eric will not. Wolf, are you going to make it? Nope. Man, this Angel of Death is just on a killing spree, quite literally, and we do have game number 2 going in favor of Team Rainbow Strike Go. They get a clean sweep of the series. Let me quickly see if I can get an interview set up, and then I will get you your boots. I promise, I have not forgotten. Alright, so first of all, let me get to me. So, first of all, I'm actually wearing my booties today. They're just short little boots. This is one of the pairs I actually will wear out of the house, for sure. Got this nice little, like, very big glow, and then the laces have these little, clips in front of them. I like them a lot. And we're back to me. So let's see if we get ourselves a interviewee. While we're waiting to see if we are joined by anyone tonight, we do go ahead and have 78,000 on Brightwing and 51,000 coming out of the Old Man Deckard Cain. In terms of damage, this is why they banned Kael'thas 1,000%. We do have 53,000 coming out of Kael'thas, and then Kingle. Kingle shows me how to Malfeel. I did not know. 48,000. In terms of that soak, obviously Lava Wave Ragnaros leads the way. 26,000, followed up by Falstad. Talent-wise, here they are. Copy them, love them, use them, don't abuse them. Good. I just got asked by the interviewer, and I was like, "Oh, we're there almost out of time. I'm nervous."
I'm so sorry. Apologies. I remember I'm really bad with the pings. I think I turned it off, and like all the notifications that I get, I never get. Apologies. So whatever time you got, I'm just happy to be here. I'm not gonna lie.
No problem. It's just I had run out. I had talked over the stats. I was looking at the talents, and I was like, once I run out of stuff to talk about, if no one's responded, I'm just be like, well.
Then I guess that's a wrap. Yeah, for sure.
But we are
Uh,
joined by Robert for everyone that does not know his voice, which I don't know why you would.
True. Yeah, I don't either, unless we're winning, and that seldom happens. So
Kind of a funny story, actually. Someone the other day actually messaged. They were like, "Oh, I hope my voice doesn't annoy you." And I'm like, "You're in chat on Twitch? What? Do you not know
Awesome.
how this works?"
I don't know. Maybe they have an inner voice dialogue going on with that example.
But first of all, congratulations. Kind of give me a question. How are you guys feeling right now?
Oh, excited for sure. I think like the bottom half of our division is like so closely tied, and so I think like 9 teams, or well, obviously 9 of the 10 teams are battling for those playoff spots, and then it's pretty close in that last lower bracket, which we are. So we're just excited to get a win with the remaining difficulty of our schedule. We knew this team was going to be a tough going in for sure.
And they definitely seem to give you a run for your money. I do have to ask, both games you went with triple bruiser instead of a traditional tank. Though granted, Blaze is a bit closer to a traditional tank. Is that
Yeah,
just
true,
something
true.
you guys do, or is that specific with this team?
You know, it's not a staple by any means. I think we've kind of done it and we've gone through periods. I think it was kind of like last night we played heavy hitters and we got demolished last night. So, and I think we were trying to stretch ourselves a little bit out of our comfort zone. So I think we just kind of brought it back, and then, when brought it back, it just ended up being that way because we were trying to get roles to fulfill different slots and, do that, a mix of that, and then also on comfort heroes. So that's just what ended up happening. Now I don't know if it's going to be a thing long term, but people have asked us that before. It's like, are you guys like a triple bruiser comp team? And it's like, I don't even know really how to describe us. I think it just kind of depends on how we're feeling that day, but we have been known to do that from time to time. And obviously you saw it tonight, so it worked out in our favor.
That's the secret to playing against you. Other teams cannot scout you and figure out what you're going to do because you don't know what the hell you're going to do.
We don't even know what we're gonna do. This is a true story.
Going back to Sky Temple was your pick, and you actually surprisingly enough took map pick over first pick when you had the choice. What was about Sky Temple that you were specifically like, no, this is the map to go crush them on?
Um, it's a combination of stuff. Like, for whatever reason, we don't do as well with hero pick most of the time. So I think sometimes where it came down to map differences, which, at least when I did the scouting, there were some maps that I felt that they were obviously better on than us. I think they were trying to flex a little bit with some of the map bends. One of the map bends actually really surprised me that they did because they were traditionally doing another one, but he was probably thinking like, hey, they're not great on that map either, so we're just gonna leave that open. So it's like, okay, kind of see where you're going with that. But I think it just kind of came down to that. Like, we didn't really have picks that we absolutely had to have. I mean, there's so many good heroes even after the bans that we still could have flexed on or gone to, or that we wanted more. So it just seemed like it made sense, at least for this match. Every team's a little different, so. But I just felt like, well, I think if we swing the maps in our favor, we might have an edge, and it worked out. Actually, it worked out for us.
Oh, it
But it's hard
definitely
to
did. In game number 1, you kind of made my night, but I was also surprised that them having first pick, you still let them have Johanna.
Yeah.
Was there is the heroes you banned just that scary, or what was the thought process there?
Well, I mean, yes. To answer your question, it was they have a handful of heroes, and it's more or less like, okay, if we take this out of their hands, like, what do we have left to play with, and can we play with it, and if we play through it or whatever they have left over, is this gonna work? So, I think, what do we do, like triple front line in that one with Leo in there? I don't even know if we've really done that yet, but it was something that came up and like, hey, we can probably pull this off. And if they end up getting Joe, then we'll combat that with this instead of a traditional tank. So it just kind of worked out in our favor in that regard. But yeah, their Lucio player like literally mains it. So he can do a lot of magic. We've played him enough in past seasons to know that he's super dangerous on it, and Same with thing with like Junkrat too. We haven't really played a ton against a ton of Junkrat from what I remember, but both of those placements are displacement heroes, so one displacement late game could just be like GG for us. So we're just trying to mitigate the um, the possibility of our characters going in a different direction than we want it to. Really,
So, I'm sorry, I have so many questions about Sky Temple in general. I don't
you're
have as
fine.
many
Fine.
for
It's
Infernal.
fine. Apparently that made more of an impression than the Infernal one. But Infernal gets picked a lot, so you probably see that a lot.
A little bit. But then the second question I had is that um, there was a moment that was absolutely hilarious to me. It was around level 18 or so, where you guys just really, really wanted to be on the shrine. They weren't, and they refused to stop following you around the map.
I think I remember that. We were making a comment in our comms, and I was like watching the mini map, and I was seeing our icons like run all over the place, like they're chasing us, and they're all like trying to like get all over the place. And I don't know, I don't know how PC it is anymore, but it reminded me of like the Benny Hill theme that was kind of going in my head as far as the song wise, and just like people running all over the place, and it's like I don't even know what it was like to cast that part of it, but
Which is so funny. It was
but
like,
yeah.
okay, here's the double phase. We each take one of the temples, and CCS was just like, no, we don't. We're coming.
Yeah, we're coming for you. Yeah, I mean that late in the. I can't remember if the boss was up. It might have been like impact. Like if they took one of us out, like it might have swung the game. And I kind of felt that way. I can't remember why though. I felt like there was something up. Maybe we had someone down, and if they took someone out, maybe they could end. I don't even know, but I think another kill was gonna, make it switch momentum. So I think they were just trying to like stall it out. Some of them thought they were going to get caught, but they ended up getting away. So yeah, it was we were just like, well, if they're going to die, let's just take something before before we lose this too. So, um, but yeah, that was a good match, or that was a good game for sure.
So one thing that was very, very interesting and kind of surprising was that usually when you go Lava Wave Ragnaros, that kind of gives you an experience advantage the whole game unless Vikings are present. But they actually kept up with you experience-wise all of Game 1. But you still went with Lava Wave Ragnaros in Game 2? What kind of led to that? Because it definitely worked, but it was
I
still...
think it's just preference, really. I mean, especially in game 1, I really did consider, going. Well, I don't even get it that often. I don't remember the name. Was it Smash or something? No, I don't even know what it's called.
Oh,
The
so
stun
Furious
one.
Smash?
Yeah, that one. I was considering doing that because I felt like we had like weak CC, but I don't know. It's interesting, right? It's like when you're playing in your late game and all of the components that you think about. Sometimes just taking that little edge of like wave pressure off of your lanes is helpful, and I think Rag does that, right? Rag extends games essentially, so that it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get a win out of it because we could still like screw it up, but at the same time it gives us more time, or it takes a little bit more pressure off, where other characters don't. I mean, obviously Rag, you could be fighting bottom lane and then throw some top wave or top lane and not worry about it, right? So I think a lot of that is just a mental load essentially that we don't have to worry about. And then obviously when you have like waves coming down, it's like you got to send someone back and then like deal with it. So I mean, for what we wanted to do, it just kind of works, and worked out well for 2 games actually with that. But you're probably not wrong. Like probably could have been better things that we used, but yeah, it worked out. I guess how we utilize them for sure.
And then moving on to game number 2, I was surprised, and you may not have a good answer to this, but
I probably don't, but
um,
ask anyway.
you guys went with a extremely early pick on the Deckard,
Uh-huh.
even though there were like Deckard's not a bad healer. Don't get me wrong, but there's so many like super meta healers, and I was just really surprised to see that much of a priority on Deckard.
Yeah, I don't remember why. There was a thought process, and I can't remember what Panda was saying, but they talked about it, and I think we also were trying to hide other picks, but it just made sense. I think if they were to charge in on us, I think he kind of likes using it as like a stopping in your place type thing, or if they're trying to run away, he'll like re-engage with it. So it kind of works with kind of his play style. And then also, it's kind of one of those things where the pots, like later in the game, obviously if he dies, they keep healing essentially, right? If he goes that talent.
Which he didn't.
Um, yeah, maybe he didn't feel like he needed to at that point, but I don't know. There's just some good things that he felt like brought versus other ones because he's pretty good with his healers and he likes having healers for specific maps and stuff like that. And we always trust him. He said something. I feel bad. I don't remember what he said, but he's like, "We want this." We're like, "Okay." It's like, "All right, let's do this." So that's your not good answer there. There you go.
I was gonna say, well, it is a good thing you hid your other picks behind the Deckard because there's no way they would have seen Malthael and Ragnaros coming.
I know, right? I know it's not like we didn't show it already, right? It's like, what should we do here? Same thing. Let's do the same thing.
Ooh, we changed
Like, let's run the
Leoric for
same-
Blaze
let's run the
because they
same
banned
play.
Leoric.
Yeah,
Or
I think
picked
the only thing
Leoric.
we switched up was Rad KT, I think, in game 2,
Yeah,
and then
because
Blaze.
they ended up having to ban the Joe, so they couldn't ban the KT, and you're like, yoink!
Yeah, for sure. Which worked out well for us, for sure. Actually, we're really well. Well, he had like 20k more than their top damage, I think, but he's top damage for us.
Yep.
Thanks, screen up.
Last question, because I always ask this. Can you tell me where the name Team Rainbow Strike Go came from?
Yeah, it's funny what it might be appeared to now and turned into. I think it just something that was funny at the time. I think let's see, going back, I don't know how many seasons because we played Heroes Lounge before. So just a little backstory on how our group got together. Like Kingle and I were on like a, what is it where you throw everyone together and you don't know anyone, whatever
free agent
that
team?
is. Yeah, we were just like a free agent team essentially. We didn't know anyone and we just wanted to play. So Kingle and I were on that first team together. It was a pretty bad team, but we made playoffs then. But when it wasn't NGS, it was the other one. So or Heroes Lounge that doesn't exist for US anymore. But so anyway, so I met him there, and then Silver is actually my brother, and then Panda I know in real life as well. So um, we kind of made a group and played with them, and then we added Salem, who was actually on the Knights team, if you remember. And he actually was on the way out, and then we convinced him because we needed a fifth because we lost six this season. So going back to the name though, when we were trying to decide names after the free agent name or the free agent team, whatever we got called, we just started throwing around names. And at the time, we were all a mixture of like different, ranks and stuff like that. So we just started throwing out names, and Team Rainbow Strike Go came out. We just started laughing. Essentially, this was just really funny. But at the same time, it was like, we're inclusive of people, but then also inclusive of ranks because obviously different ranks is different skill sets, different skill levels. It made sense, and it kind of reminded us of like a Voltron like yell. Essentially, it's like Team Rainbow Strike Go. I don't know. It was funny in the moment. Maybe it's not as funny now, but it's funny in the moment. But then I think it's evolved into that, just like inclusivity of people, and I mean, I think really with everything that's been happening, like 2020, right? I mean, there's so many things that happen in just our human life that just kind of made sense. I'm not saying that the name is encompassing of it, but I think in a weird way, without saying it, it just kind of reminds us of it in this game sense for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it too bigger than it actually is, but that was the origin story. Hopefully, I don't know. Does that answer your question there?
It does.
Raka? All right, perfect.
So then, those are all the questions I had for you. Let me turn it over to you for all the shout-outs I'm sure you have for, well, everyone.
Yeah, for everyone. For everyone. All right. Yeah, you're not wrong there, Raka. So first off, I'd like to thank you for casting, just putting us on a stage and just casting our games. There's a lot of things that you pick up that is always fun to replay and just watch, and your commentary, and hopefully it was enjoyable for you. But just want to thank you first and foremost. Do want to give a shout out to the team, and actually, I guess the other teams too. We got a couple other teams. Got Knights, Team Spice. So we're growing our family, and but just a shout out to our team for sure. Like just putting in the work every week. Want to give a shout out to Kankanex Stuns. I mean, their org is huge for CCS, and I know you're a part of their organization with some of the things that you do for them too. Great group of people. I want to give a shout out to them, and then just really for NGS and for existing and just having us or give us an opportunity to just play on this forum. It's been a blast, and I hope I keep playing until I can't literally play anymore. And then if my arms don't work, I'll start playing with my toes and figure out how that is. And if I get too old, maybe I'll try to go for a like a senior league or something. I don't know.
We should totally
We'll
make
see.
that. I don't know how you'd prove it, but
I don't know. Yeah, it's like, all right, if you're over this age, then you qualify, and then everyone's like, I want to be in this thing, and they're like, like X Pro or something. I don't know, but either way, it's good. It's a good time, and again, I appreciate you just casting our games and stuff like that. Thank you.
my pleasure. So, enjoy the after party.
Will do.
I
will
won't
do
get in
that.
your way any longer, and I'll go ahead and raid on over to someone else in just a second.
All right, cool. Thanks again.
My pleasure. So, before we move on, I will go ahead and say my name's Raka. If you don't know me, what is wrong with you? Make sure to follow if you can't talk. After 24 hours, you'll be able to talk. And we're actually going to go over and raid Valkamar. There is another CCS team playing, and we're going to check them out. See you in just a second, and be awesome.